There you have it, President Trump addressing the nation in the Rose Garden, saying he was proud, in fact, to end this government shutdown. The government now to reopen. Apparently, the Senate will be voting. We're not sure if it's unanimous consent or voice vote, but we now have a reprieve. It takes us to February 15th, where President Trump has already hinted and at the end also reiterated that a national emergency is still an option for him. He spent a lot of time going into even greater detail on the importance of a wall, the importance of a physical barrier. He talked about still, see-through, sensors, monitors, even saying drones should be a part of it, but you need those physical barriers, going into really heart-wrenching detail with the human trafficking toll on the women, the children, the impact of drugs on our nation, the impact of drugs on law enforcement in this country. And so he covered all the bases. We're going to have a bipartisan panel that will work toward dissolution, coupled with the Border Patrol and ICE agents. Everyone, these folks on the ground, by the way, have really played a very important part with respect to President Trump and his insistence on securing our southern border. I want to bring back in our panel who's still with us, Jenna Ellis, Liz Peek, and Capri Cafaro. And Capri, I'll start with you. Mm-hmm. You know, he laid it out there, right? That listen, he wants to do something, he wants to have a deal, but he's still insistent on a physical barrier. And I don't know if semantics have been in the way thus far. But it made sense. It didn't sound like a matinee thing. He said this isn't a medieval wall. It's smart technology. It's the kind of things that someone like a Nancy Pelosi will put around her house so she can sleep comfortably at night.
Well, you know, President Trump, in that particular context, actually addressed some things that Democrats have been saying all along, saying, you know, a wall is a 15th century solution. We need technology. So I think that he's basically countering and saying, great, we need both. And I think what has happened in this speech, some of it was a little bit repetitive from the Oval Office address a few weeks back. I think that President Trump has framed it in such a way where he's saying, I want to be bipartisan, I want to move forward, or else we're going to be back to square one. I think he's drawn his line in the sand. He's squarely put it in the hands of Congress. And so I think that now it's very important for Democrats to really think about what they want to do and how they want to do it. And this conference committee, this bipartisan panel that is going to be working and going through the appropriations requests from the Department of Homeland Security, I think is key, because it may be an opportunity to save some face for the Democrats who have said the wall is immoral, which is a really tough place to retreat from, particularly since they've already voted for walls in the past. Right. And so now I think that may say, well, the experts say X, Y, Z, and we're going to go with that.
Liz?
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. I think bringing the Border Patrol people, the experts, so to speak, into the conversation, let's ask them what they want, and let's then have Democrats basically push back against them. It's very easy to say, oh, your wall is medieval and it's racist, which, by the way, some people have said it's immoral. Let's hear them tell that to the Border Patrol, whose lives are on the line.
Real quick, the national emergency still. How does that actually work? If you can explain it to us in less than a minute.
Yes. So under the National Emergencies Act, Congress has given the president, the executive, the ability to designate a national emergency. And then there are other federal powers that he can actually provide funding that are unsecured funds to build a wall. He can do all of this because
and would the government be open at the same time?
Absolutely. Those are two completely separate things. And I think that his emphasis here, country over party, were the key words in this speech. He's underscored and emphasized family first, America first.
Ladies, you were all fantastic. Thank you very much. Jenna, Liz, Capri.